Alright, now I'm in here with this same model, rotating it around, and I'd like to explain how to verify the model. Most of the action, once you've built this model, is up here in Maxwell 3D, and we can do validation check. And this one has passed all this stuff. Sometimes you'll see something here where it will find a couple of parts of your solids, a couple of your solids will intersect. For example, if you forgot to erase the water and it's going through your membrane, it's not going to like that and it'll detect that sort of thing. So in the process of solving this thing, you're kind of working your way down this list after you've built the model. And it also has all these boundaries and excitations. I've already assigned them all to this model. But this is where you would, if you wanted to select a face, you could hit F, and then you've got the face selection tool. You'd click on some face, and then you can assign those symmetry boundaries, which are the mirror image planes. And it's mad at me because I didn't pick a face. So let's go F, and then pick something, and go Maxwell 3D. That's where all the goodies are. Assign symmetry. It's already got something assigned, so I'm really going to cancel out on this. But I picked even. That means the flux is tangential. That's a mirror image boundary. Okay, I cancel out on there. And that's how all those were set up. And for excitations, where we're putting a set voltage on things, that's pretty much the same. It's like you have to pick the surface. And I'm just selecting stuff. I'm not really modifying it, but I would go in and go excitations, assign, and I could assign voltage or I could assign floating, and that's where I've put voltage here, floating here on the metal. And if you're having trouble selecting a geometry, you can go in and, well, a lot of times I can just, it knows it's an electromagnetic simulator. It knows that the gold is like a perfect conductor, it's called. So I can pick this and I can set, I can use the solid modeler to select things. That's what I'm saying. If you're having trouble getting to some part of the model that's buried in the middle of it, you can use the tree and look at the geometry in a list and pick it out. Excitations, and I could go floating. When you're picking a floating excitation, you have to set how much total charge is on that thing, and I've always put 0 coulombs. So it stays at 0 net charge. It can get polarized, but it's just going to redistribute the 0 coulombs that's already on there into positive and negative. Let's bail out on that. This is a little tour of setting up the model in with its boundaries and excitations. Once we've done that, we can hit Analyze All. If it's past the validation check, it's going to take a little while to run. And I need to say a little more about how to set this up so that it knows it's done. That'll be in another video. Okay, and it says it's done. I can go to Fields, Voltage, and then I can start setting up some plots. So more on that later. But the process is Maxwell 3D, work your way down the list, boundaries, excitations, analyze, and then all the meshing takes place kind of by itself if you've set it up and got the validation check passed. Analysis setup, you may need to set up something that's a little more stringent. I noticed that our surface charge wasn't canceling out. It didn't go through enough iterations to converge the first time through. When I tested this out on a sphere, I said it should add up and have equal areas that are red and blue, to put it kind of in a basic way, and it didn't look converged, so I increased the number of passes above the default value. So that's in. Let's just say where that is. I'm going to save my setup, and it's going to be available with this model, but it's in Add Solution Setup. Okay, and so all your stuff is coming out of Fields. So plotting will be the next part of this video series.